Hello, it's June back again with a technique, and this technique is using masking fluid or film and pixie powders. I'm using a 5x7 white card base, and on that I've got a smaller black mat, and then I'll have what I'm going to show you on top of that. I've already prepared that just for the time factor, but I still need to do some other things to it. So this would be the top mat of your card. Excuse me. What I've done is I've used this stencil and just put it on the card, and then I used a paintbrush, and the masking film I've got is by Talons, and it's called liquid masking film. It doesn't take long to dry, so just dipping the brush in there, and I went around several circles. You'll have to excuse my voice. Which gave me that, so I can put that to one side. And now what I'm going to do is add the pixie powders. This is completely dry, and it's so easy to remove either with your finger, or I sometimes use this eraser and sometimes the mono razor. So I'm going to use Cosmic Shimmer Pixie Powder in Midnight Blue, Emerald Green, and Candy Pink. I'm also just going to give a light spray on the back of the card, which stops it bowing when you wet the front. So we'll start with a little bit of Midnight Blue, and just gently tap the container. And then the Candy Pink. I have to remember sometimes to stop. It's quite therapeutic actually when you tapping this powder onto the card. And I think I'm just going to put a little bit of purple violet in as well. Not a lot. I would normally just use 3 colours, but there's no set rule. Okay, and then from that, I'm just going to spray this. And then what you can do is move the colour around. It doesn't matter if you've hit masking pieces, because that will come away. And if you're using a purple, just be careful, because it can with it being a deep, strong colour, it could contaminate some of your other colours you've used. You can dry this with your heat tool, or just let it dry overnight or for a few hours. It shouldn't take that long. It'll depend on how much water you've sprayed on it. And what you can also do is dab the excess. And then if you put it to one side, you can always go back to it and add more of a particular colour you've used on there. I would maybe add some more green, but I'll let that dry and then see what it's like when it's completely dry. Okay, so I've used the same colours on this card that I did on the example that I've shown you, and again, just for the time factor, I started to remove the masking fluid. You see how easy that comes off. Just like that. Like that. And then I took this fine line micron pen, and around the outline I squiggled a line. This just brings it to the front, highlighting it like that. You don't have to be precise. The last one. And then I chose this Pro marker in Cocktail Pink, and all I did was colour that in. And in some of the places I've left a little bit of white highlight. A brick stencil I think would be excellent to use on something like this. Unfortunately, I don't have one. I've got a brick embossing folder, but not a stencil, so I'll have to look out for one of those, because I made a couple of samples of this yesterday, and I used a completely different stencil. It was by Tonic, and it didn't work at all. When I was removing the masking tape, it was just leaving white marks, no shape to them. at all, so I had to abort that. I will be doing something else with it, but it wasn't any good for this technique. And this is the last one. It's very colourful, isn't it? What I've done next is these sentiments are from the Tonic Craft Kit. I think it's number 18 or 19, and I chose For You Beautiful, which I have stamped on white card, and I've done it in this reddish ink, just so we've got some colour popping from there. And I used a black marker to go around the sides, the edge, just to match in with the black mat. I die cut it. This is an unnamed brand of dies, and I used the penultimate large one and die cut that, and then that could go slap bang in the middle, a little bit over there. I put it there. So there you have a very colourful card, very colourful background, maybe ideal for a younger person, but you'll get something different every time you use this technique. So thank you for joining me today and spending some time with me. I hope you give that a try. If you do, let me know, and I will see you at the next video. Bye.